Alright, I wanted to make two more videos. This video is going to show some things I don't like about 2K8, and then I'll make a video with Madden and kind of compare the two. First off, I wanted to say to everybody, the reason I'm doing this, so I get a lot of comments, why are you still comparing Madden 09? Madden 10's about around the corner. In going to Operation Sports and reading the forums, it became mildly apparent to me that some people either overlook Madden's problems or maybe don't know they're there. So the point of me and other people doing this is really more or less to show issues we have with the game, to keep them fresh in your mind, so when Madden 10 hits, they can't say, oh, that's a new problem. ProTac caused that, or this caused that, or this feature caused that. You can go back and look and say, no, this exact problem was in Madden 09. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I personally won't do any videos with Madden 10 footage. I will say it's a little disheartening to watch Madden 10 footage and see players react the same as they do in Madden 09, and be told that things have completely changed. I'm not that dumb to look at something and be told, no, that's not what you're saying. I mean, I know what wide receivers that don't block, how they run in Madden, and when they still do the same exact thing they did in 9, in 10, don't sit there and tell me, that it's raining when you're peeing on me. So, some cool things about this game. This is going to be a lot about balance, agility, and then again, two things I don't like. One thing I do like about this game is the way the weather affects the gameplay. And you're going to see a low snap here from my center, like at knee level to my quarterback, and he can't set up as fast because the ball came in low. And another thing I like is my running back has to have real steady feet and reacts that way. He has to shuffle down a few times. He's just trying to catch a real quick curl and has to shuffle his feet a number of times in order to do that. One thing I really don't like about this game is when a defensive end goes out to cover the flat or another receiver or tight end, it leaves the guard on that side or offensive tackle. He just doesn't know what to do, and you're going to see a great example of that here. This tackle just does not know what to do. He's going to stand there, and instead of looping underneath to help these guys that are getting overpowered, he just kind of sits there and loops around, and ultimately this defensive end gets pressure on me and I have to throw the ball. So we're going to come over here and look at this wide receiver on this defensive back. Defensive back's playing well off 10 yards, and he's set up to the inside as if I'm going to run an inside route, and I audible to run an outside route. And you can see I come up and he's going to hand me off right here to a safety that is not present. And at this point I throw the ball and he has to dig around. You can see the safety there coming in. Another great thing about this game, going back to the balance and the physics being kept in perspective, momentum in perspective, you've got my wide receiver who was pretty much in full stride trying to stop in the end zone to catch this ball. He's going to turn around, stop, shuffle his feet down, get both feet in, and when he does this, it gets him in a real awkward, almost standing fetal position, and he reacts accordingly once the play's over. He's got a hard time catching his balance, and, he reacts accordingly to the speed, the momentum, the angle. He had to turn back around, and it's a low thrown ball. It's not directly in the numbers. Well, I guess it was pretty decent, but still, I like how this game respects everything. From the low snap affecting my quarterback to the throw that my wide receiver has to come back for, to his foot shuffle and catching his fall afterwards. And a lot of people can sit here and tell me that's a beautiful animation, but like I said before, the animations could be crystal clear. They could be the best motion captures you could ever imagine. But if the game doesn't know when to use them, it doesn't matter. Because you can have players animating out of bounds. You can have players doing all kinds of stupid things because they don't, react properly. And I just thought that this little video here was a real good example of how this game respects momentum, agility, and pretty much the player's position on the field, what he has to do, and how he does it. Not just with this, but the wet ball, the low snap, the halfback, double planning, triple planning to get turned around on the wet field. So we're going to do a similar play in Madden, and I'll make a video on that.